Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is the giveaway for the 200th subscriber portion. Now, you're probably sitting there going, wait, Mario Kart, what the hell are you talking about? Well, you see, here's the thing. The way I do giveaways, I did this with the 100 giveaway with Super Smash Brothers for the 3D, or not 3DS, for the Wii U, is that I take the people who have entered the contest and put them in some kind of game that is AI controlled in a even playing field, per se, in terms of randomization. Now, I thought, well, I got 7 people again at this point. ITG, Slender, I'm sorry, Panda Yay, Pure Mix, Justin G, aka Rambo, Cyborg, and Mexrel. And I'm like, well, I got Mario Kart, let's do that. But how am I going to choose the combatants on this one? Well, you see, the thing with the combatants is that there's this unfortunate portion where, like, a character will be your sort of rival during a race and will always seem to get the first portion. So what I did is I went to random.org, and so that there was no kind of, like, biased or any kind of bias that could happen, I went to random.org and I put it in a sequence of numbers from 1 to 11, basically. And so what I did is I wrote everybody's names down, and the order being ITG, Slender, Panda, Pure Mix, Justin, Cyborg, and Mexrel, and I took the first 7 numbers of that list. Of that list, the race starting in terms of the first race, whatever position that number was in, so let's say I drew the first number and it was ITG, whatever position that number I picked, let's say 8, would be that character that would be hooked to your success in this race. So these are the people who are put into the characters. So, like, for example, ITG isn't playing as Bowser, Slender as Baby Luigi, Panda as Daisy, so on and so forth. And the idea here is this flower cup, 150cc. I don't do that well. I'm not that great at Mario Kart. Sadly, I don't play it that often. But the idea is, after 4 races, who has the most points will take first and gets the first choice of the games in question that I put up for the giveaway at this point. So the rest of this video are the highlights that come from each of the characters in question. So, like, for example, Bowser, aka ITG, smacking that guy. Yoshi, you know, just going along here. Meanwhile, with Ludwig playing along here. So you'll just see a set of highlights. It's not as well edited as I wanted it to be. I wanted to get this out at least by Tuesday, and just the amount of time that I've spent on other things in terms of videos for the channel, I just haven't had the time to really edit this the way I wanted to. I have something I need to get done Tuesday that I really want to get done by the end of the day Monday, which, you know, unfortunately I had to cut some corners here. I apologize. You see Ludwig here going along. You can hear he got a 7. That's not bad. I mean, you got 7 people in the competition, so, you know, you could have taken last if all the other ones taken 1st through 6th. That wasn't the case. Daisy going along. I love the ATVs in this one. Actually, I like the motorcycles more than anything. They feel more right to me. Mostly because of the hard turning at this point. And Baby Luigi driving in the grass, but Koopa Troopa coming along. Just a bunch of highlights. Don't know what to say else, other than, you know, just enjoying it. Yeah, 5th place finish, that's pretty good. A good starting role here. Iggy, who's, I always confuse as Lemmy and Iggy and Lemmy. Iggy, who is Pure Mix in this case. And that's the result of the first one, with Iggy, of the people who are in the characters in this race, doing the best. So Pure Mix jumps out to an early lead. Now, usually, unfortunately, like I said, that usually means that, you know, that character is going to be that better off for the rest of the races, because he usually has the first couple of characters do this best over the next couple. We'll see if that holds up, because I will say that at least 1 or 2 characters don't finish in the first race the same as they finish in the other races. That's for sure. Things can happen. We know that things can happen, especially like running into trolleys there. Baby Luigi hitting the wall there briefly. Koopa Troopa. I don't know what to think about the drafting mechanic in this game. I mean, I've noticed it. I just find it hard to do it on CPU players, and even so on human players. I can do it once in a while, but, you know, it is pretty hard. And meanwhile, the computer can seem to do it to you all the time at 150cc. Maybe that's just me and my inability to change things up, apparently. And that Toad was floating on midair, I think. That Koopa Troopa got a 6th place. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And this is what I was talking about, the editing part. I wanted to move this around, but again, I got to get this done, and I just sort of threw these all together at this point. Now, we're going to have a sound cutout here because I don't know what happened with Elgato. Unfortunately, there was some recording problems, but considering this was the official race, I definitely decided that, no, I have to keep this. I mean, so unfortunately, this section of sound for this certain set of clips didn't do well. So I apologize for that. However, we see that Yoshi comes in the top slot of the characters in question. So Maxwell having a decent showing after having not exactly the greatest of showing in the first one. So now what weirds me about this is all one big sample at this point. This is not like separate races in terms of like 4 different samples from Elgato. This is one. And for the sound to go out on this section is just weird. And then here it comes back. Don't know what was going on there. But Koopa Troopa, who's doing reasonable at this point, not in the front, but not in the back. Pretty standard for him. Ludwig did do well. Cyborg did do well in this race. 4th is not bad. Iggy was causing problems for everybody in this race, which usually is a concern because that means you're always in the back, but not in this case. Iggy was doing pretty well at this point, and Iggy actually took 1st in this section. This was a shorter section because of the fact that, well, I sort of made it 30 seconds instead of 60 for the highlights. So the final race is coming up here. Bowser wasn't exactly doing well coming into this one, unfortunately. Yoshi having fun here. You gotta love those motorbikes and those flippable wheels. And there's the bullet. Always with the bullet. There's Bowser and then Koopa Troopa taking sort of control of that, but not really because he goes into the grass there. See Koopa Troopa there, taking advantage of situations. Baby Luigi, on the other hand, just got some mushrooms. Just flying around, no problems. Meanwhile, Ludwig with the golden mushroom. Gotta love the animation quality of Nintendo games. They're always so sleek. There we go. Baby Luigi again with that simple L. So many characters in the Mario series now. I do like how they brought back the old guys. Ludwig came in 5th there. Now Iggy coming into this race was actually 1st in terms of the rest of the characters. All he needed was a reasonable placing in order to win, so that would have been a pure mix. But let's see if he was able to come through at this point. That wonderful bomb. And there's a bullet again. And yes, Iggy does come in 1st compared to the rest of the characters, and thus, because of that, gets 1st pick of the games in question. So Pure Mix took 1st, Justin, or aka Rambo Jesus, took 2nd, Cyborg 3rd, Panda 4th, Maxwell 5th, Slender Dub 6th, and ITG 7th. Now again, if there's a game that, if the remaining games that are left on the list you already have, I will find some way of, giving you a game that you don't have at this point. Again, I just do my best and try to be fully out there with that. So thanks for watching, and expect more content soon. Later, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have a chance, leave some feedback and comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. This is Dragnix signing off, hoping that gaming brings as much fun to you as it does for me.